Welcome to BondSTX. This is week 42, October 17th to October 21st. This is Lance Sparking Stock Bounty Hunter. Back at you again with another great plays of the week. Got my special guest, Daz, joining me again today. And we're going to go through quite a few plays that we called out this week. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I advising anyone to spend their money. This is only for educational purposes and only my opinion. Any money spent is at the individual's own discretion and not due to any information from me. So Daz, we're at week 42, 10 weeks away from the end of the year. And boy, time has moved fast this year. And got about less than 40 trading days left. So can you believe that?
Yeah, it didn't hit me till you said it. So I was like, oh wow. Make these last days count.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So getting started out, new to the channel, like to start out with the Nasdaq and New York Stock Exchange to see where the market is overall, big picture wise, before we get into the plays of the week. And so we look at some of the the Nasdaq. We can see that we saw a lot of activity last Thursday and Friday. See the market really do a lot of funky things there. We do see market did pull out of zone of where I projected to be Friday, but you did see the market kind of touch back into this, in between this blue zone where we expect the market to be at this point in the year. So just slightly out of that zone. We did see a new low into the Nasdaq for the year, as we've seen multiple new lows over the last couple of weeks. But I do think by Friday, we do see the momentum starting to pull up. The MACD also starting to open up just slightly. I do think by Friday, it could be in the range of 10,710 to about 10,888. So a little bit of a pull up from where we are coming into the week. I do see the resistance on the red. So I do think it'll come back and resist on the red before it takes off. So we'll see what it does. We do see a little bit of a pull up again on the projected of the downside of the market. We do see the market pull back up on the 180 SMA. So a lot of good signs potentially coming into the week. But again, you see a lot of manipulation on Thursday and Friday. So I wouldn't be surprised if the market turns back down a little more before it pulls up. But I do expect it to be a little bit higher by Friday than it was the close of day Friday. So moving on to the New York Stock Exchange, and very similar. One of the things I do want to bring up, you do see the market going into a divergent pattern. So you see as the price action is falling down, see the momentum and volume moving up. And that's a sign of divergence. So therefore, once it goes from divergence to convergence, that's when you see the market typically take off. And so New York Stock Exchange, you see a little bit better results on the MACD, a little bit more opening up there. We see the momentum actually crossing over the midpoint on the upside. We also see the same manipulation we saw on the Nasdaq on Friday, Thursday and Friday. We also see a new low in the New York Stock Exchange. So pretty much all markets are down quite a bit, but we did see a pullback Friday. This one looks a little better. It's still resistant on the red. I do see that this one could possibly come down some more. And then by Friday, I would say 13,643 to around 13,800, somewhere around that range. So I think a little bit of a pull up this week by Friday, but expect a lot of volatility between now and then. So going to the plays of the week, let's get into it. So this is my scanner that I scanned over the weekend. The X marks the spot is what I call this, and it marks the spot on the map for me to go to the charts to see what good plays we have and what I want to call out for the week. And so you see Warner Brothers comes in at a slight trend over 2, which is a decent upward trend, not a strong upward trend, but kind of a low upward trend, 23 cents over price, coming in at a true value of $12.20. So let's go to the charts, and we've called out Warner Brothers a couple times this year fairly recently. I won't go back into all the call outs or the review on that, but we do still have some uncovered manipulation. So I will show that. I'm going all the way back towards August 8th. And we also have some uncovered manipulation on 9/21. So we called this one out in the week of August 29th and early September. And we see it does come down to our price points, stay below true value. Following week comes down our price point, stay below true value. I mean, kind of on a slightly decline since then. Again, we saw some manipulation on September 21st. And we see a recent low of 928 for the year. See a slight pull up in a nice direction here as of late. I do like what I see on the momentum chart and the MACD as well. I do see some potential manipulation on, again, Thursday as the market, this one trades on the Nasdaq. So I do see some potential manipulation that could come down and get covered on 1146 on the downside, but I do see some uncovered manipulation on the upside from going up to $13.22, also at $14.68. So I believe at $11.46 by Friday, you could potentially get out around the 1224 to 1280. So looking at about 12 to 6% by Friday with Warner Brothers. So 1146 is my call out for Warner Brothers this week, and that's what I'm going with. Das, what's your call out for Warner Brothers this week?
Yeah, that's funny. 1149.
Pretty close, really close. 1149. Any thoughts on Warner Brothers?
There's a lot of buyers in that area for me. I like that. I like that zone. The company wise, I think it's a good company. It's been around for longer than me. So.
All right, good stuff. Next on the list is Starbucks. So Starbucks comes in at a trend of a 2, slight upward trend. It's $1.31 on sale, coming in at a true value of $87.68. So Starbucks is a company we haven't called out before. I've scanned this company for quite a few years. I can't remember if I've bought any Starbucks, honestly. If it was, it's been a long time. But I have been watching this company for quite a while. So starting out at a 1 year, 1 day, since we haven't called this one out, I'll analyze this one real quick. Had a high of $117.80 at end of the year on end of December coming into the year. So really starting out the year, this one's been like strong downtrend consistently. You can look at the 180-day SMA here, and we see a low, of 68.39 in May. And ever since then, it kind of did like a little double bounce here, kind of came down again in June 16. And ever since then, this one has really been moving up pretty strongly for the last 4 or 5 months. We see this one recently crossed the SMA, actually blew through the SMA on September 7th and blew through what I call the cake range and came back down. And it's supported on the SMA at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times so far. It's already shown some support on the SMA, which is a good sign. We typically like to see the stock blow through the SMA and then support on the SMA and continue that upswing. So we do see a recent, a close earnings call coming up close in early of November. So we're not too far away from the earnings call. It's something to be aware of always. But I do think for short-term day trade point, I believe 84.74 is a good price point. A little bit above the SMA, I think you can get in there. This one swings wildly. You can see even on non-manipulation days, percentage of this one moves in a day about 3 to 4%. So that's quite a bit of price range that it moves in a day. And so I would say by Friday, if you can get into 84.74 by Friday, maybe 2 to 3%, getting out at 87.56. So I think pretty comfortably with this one at 84.74. The momentum's kind of flat. MACD just looks okay. And so I think this one, again, it's been supported by the SMA. So I think we're in the clear here for this one. The only concern is I have it's real close to the up in the cake range. And again, as I mentioned, there is a earnings report to be aware of coming up soon. So that's my call out for Starbucks, 84.74. That's what your call out for Starbucks this week.
For me, I like it at 85.60.
85.60.
I think that's where you got a chance to get in, depending on what it does this week, and you know what the market does, of course, overall.
Do you ever traded any Starbucks before?
No, I never bought any on this before.
Okay. All right.
You got this right here down as a long term or swing trade?
Swing trade.
Swing trade.
Short
Okay.
term. Yeah. All right. Moving down to the next one, got US Steel as a long-term play, coming in a trend of a 2, 50 cents on sale, $19.35 true value. So this one's a really pretty much a bargain. We know what US Steel has done price-wise. We'll show real quick its potential. $39.25 is the high. This one can easily be in the $29 range to $26 range. So definitely this one's at a really good price point. So coming in this week, I believe 1832 is a great price point. We do see some manipulation here on 10.3, but we see that being covered on the downside pretty consistently last week. So not a lot of manipulation in the stock, but I do see a lot of opportunity. We see this one touched on 180-day SMA quite a few times through August and September. So we know that's potentially where the price wants to be as well. And so I think a lot of opportunity here for a long term. It does have an earnings report coming up next week, so something to be aware of. I think this week will be a great point to get started in it. It could average down some more, comes a little bit more, comes down a little bit more south, but like what I'm seeing in the momentum, also like what I'm seeing in the MACD. So I would say 1832 is a great price point. That's where I feel comfortable getting in with US Steel this week. That's what's your price point for US Steel this week?
For me, I like it at 1777.
Okay. It's quite a bit different. What's your thoughts on this one?
Just look at the long term. Recently, it's respected the 200 moving average on the weekly.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty much it for me. I know my granddad really liked this stock though a lot.
This one is favorites.
Yeah, he got in like early, man. I'm talking about like I think around 2020. I think like it was around like $6-7. I know for a fact that's when he got in.
Wow, yeah, he got it at a great price. Good for him, man. Good for him.
But yeah, I like the stock too. I think it's a good one.
All right, moving on to the next one for the week. Let's call out. Going down the list. And Wendy's. Wendy's restaurant comes in a slight trend of a 2 upward, 6 cents overpriced at a true value of $19.40. So end of the day Friday at $19.46. So pretty much right there at true value. So let's look at Wendy's real quick. So we haven't called out Wendy's this year. So real quick, Wendy's has a high of 24.48 going all the way back to the beginning of the year. It's been kind of up and down. Stock typically, as it's above what I call the cake range, which is this purple lines here, it likes to pull back down. Again, this is where the price wants to be, right? So we're going to see price move in and out of this cake range, and we want to buy stock when it's below the cake range, right? And with the expectation it's going to move into the cake and be above the cake, right? So we see Wendy's come back out of the cake here recently, come down, barely out, and see Friday it pushed back up, and Thursday and Friday pushed back up into the cake range. But it's been some recent time out of the cake range here back in late September. So I think there's some great opportunity for this one to come back down. I do like the momentum moving up and the MACD. I do think there's some opportunity for this to touch the SMA again. We see it pull back off the SMA on 9/12. That's the 180-day SMA that I use. So I see some opportunity for this one to come up and really touch off on the SMA again here in the near future. But I do think if there's a down day this week in the market, meaning Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, I do think 1897 is a great opportunity for this to come back down and touch off at 1897. And then by Friday, potentially you're looking at 4 to potentially 6% if it touches off on the SMA. So I think this is a great opportunity. This one, I haven't traded Wendys before. I've recently scanned it over the last couple of weeks, so I haven't really scanned this one over a long period of time either. There's a recent earnings call coming up too on November 9th. But 1897 seems like a really good price, and that's my call out for Wendys this week. Daz, what's your call out for Wendys this week?
So for me, I like it at 1855.
Okay.
I never traded Wendys before either. I wish I had a few years ago. Looking at it earlier, man, I was like, man, this is pretty legit.
Where was it a few years ago?
In 2020 in March, it hit 682, man.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it hit after that it hit a high of 29.46. What is that? And yeah, June 21.
Okay.
Not bad.
So there's a lot of potential with this one, you're saying, right? At this price.
Yeah, I would say so, especially if the price is right.
Okay. All right. And then last on the list is Micron. Micron comes in at a slight upward trend at 2. 24 cents on sale, true value of $52.96. And Micron is a company we've been calling out quite a bit this year. I would say last couple of weeks we called it out. Earlier in the year we called it out. So this one's it's got a lot of opportunity at this price point, this range. So we're not going to go through all the call outs from the past, but last couple of weeks I called out the same price point here for myself. I didn't adjust my price point, and you can see this one came under true value, stayed above true value 2 weeks ago. Last week it came down below true value, hung out a lot below true value last week, but it did not come down to me or Daz. Didn't like it came down to your price point either. So just barely escaped both our price points the last couple of weeks. So I think this week might be my opportunity to get it right. So we're gonna keep fighting with this one. Maybe I can get in at 50.74 this week, raising my price point up. I do see this one starting to catch a little bit of momentum. The only concern here, I see the MACD want to pull back a little. Momentum looks a little flat, so I think this one does have some opportunity to come down. It has busted through all the resistant levels on the EMAs here for the William Alligator, so it's really on the path to turn almost bullish. It just hasn't turned quite bullish yet. We do see some divergence and convergence turnover here, so it goes from here to here, divergent. And then we see a convergence of the MACD momentum and the price point on 10/4, 10/3, so October 3rd, October 4th price range. We see that divergence go to convergence, and we see the opportunity of what happens when that does cross over. So I would say 50.74, the opportunity by Friday to get out at 54.36 to around 56.16. So you're looking about anywhere between 10 and 7% with this one, if we can get down to 50.74 and get out this week. So even long term, I think this one's a lot of opportunity here. We do know with the microchip shortage and all the news around microchip chips that there's a lot of opportunity for this one to really take off at some point in the near future. So long term hold here. So not too bad at 50.74. That's what's your call out for Micron this week?
Yeah, for me, I got between 50. I got 51 even, but I wouldn't hate getting in at 51, 54.
51 even. Is that what you're going with?
Yeah, 51 even what I'm going with, but
Okay.
51, 54, 51, 26, I'll consider positions too, though. But 51 even, that's what I'm going to say for this week.
Do you think there's going to be much of a pullback on this one this week? Because it has been kind of moving strong the last couple of weeks.
Honestly, like it's hard to tell on this one. I don't think it's gonna be too much. I think it's possible. I think maybe like from where it's at now, I can see maybe like 3% more.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right. So we're gonna do
that's pushing it though.
All right. Sounds good. So we're going to do a kind of a rapid round fire, like it, love it. I'm going to say real quick, we don't go through a lot of the stocks that we scan. We just pretty much go through the ones that we feel like are the best ones for the week. So we're just going to do some random, rapid. It's going to be what we call like it, love it, lose it. So like it is, like the price short term. Love it means I love it for the long term. Lose it means, hey, I wouldn't buy it at this price point. So we're just going to go through a random one here. Dad's going to pull up on his end. I'm going to pull it up on my end. So let's go with Asana. So Asana is trending at a -2, $2.78 on sale. So it looks like a great price point. So let's go to Asana and see if this is one that is a like it, love it, lose it one. So looking at it first glance, for me, current price point, no, I'm losing this one at this price. Honestly, I'm not buying it at 19.22. That's overpriced to me. Jazz, what's your thought on?
I agree. That's overpriced for me too.
Okay.
Especially seeing it hit 16, 19 before. So
yeah, I'm not liking what I'm seeing in the alligator and the momentum MACD. Yeah. All right. Let's see another one. Let's go to the more popular name. Let's look at Caterpillar. Caterpillar showing nice upward trend, $2 overpriced. Would you pay $178.19 for Caterpillar? Let's look at Caterpillar. First glance for me,
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I'm seeing some manipulation here. Yeah, I wouldn't pay for it either. Not this price point. So that's a lose for me as well. All right, so lose both of us on that one as well. Let's see, let's go down real quick. What about Target? Target's is $6.50 on sale, moving at a slight trend down. $145.69 to end of Friday. Would you pay that for Target at this point? I think I like Target. At that price point.
I don't think it's horrible, but I think you can get in there like nitpicking here, but I think 141.
So do you like it? Lose it? I know you don't love it.
I like it, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I agree with you on that one. And let's do one more. Let's go with Ford. Let's go with Ford. Ford is negative trend of a -2, 34 cents on sale, so $11.67. Do you like Ford at that price point? Let's see.
I do like Ford at this price point. Can it be cheaper? Yeah, but I think this is not a bad spot to.
I actually love this price for long term. I'll go with love on this one. I love that price. So you like it? I love it. And, all right, cool. Sounds good. Yes, this is a little quick rapid fire. Again, give a little more perspective on some more stocks that scan, because again, I scanned quite a few stocks. So don't actually cover and go through all the price points. But anyway, so got the options video came out this week. So if you're interested in options, check that one out. That's the Apple SPY options that we did. We got, of course, this video out, and again, many other videos that we're looking to put out. We've got the company breakdown if you're interested in some company, some more details on American Battery. So be checking that out. Again, if you want to like, subscribe, appreciate that. If you want to share that with anyone else that is into technical analysis, please do so. And if you have any comments, please leave those at the bottom if you have any companies you'd like for us to scan or go through and give some price points on. So again, thank you for joining us, and good luck trading this week.